Metroid and Alien. Well, here's a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. This is about references and comparison of the two series, and actually, every Metroid fan knows that Metroid is actually based off of Alien. Um, I guess you could say the concept of Samus is of Ripley because both are empowering women, and in Samus' case, like nobody knew that she was a woman until like if you beat the game fast enough, and I guess like that was cool, you know. Besides Samus and Ripley, a lot of the concept is based off of Alien. The Metroid are actually based off of the Xenomorphs themselves. The Metroid larva form is actually the only difference is that the Metroid saps the life force out of its victims, and for the facehugger's case, it will implant an embryo into the chest and it will burst out. But in the Metroid's case, when the Metroid larvae absorbs enough energy, it will go into a cocoon stage and metamorphosis into other forms. That's pretty much like, the Xenomorphs where they'll go in through metamorphosis. But we never really seen it. We only seen, like, the shed of it. And we actually do kind of see that in the Metroid games where you see the leftover skin remains of the Metroid. In Metroid Other M, it's there's a loader, which it was a boss battle, but it wasn't a loader. It was called something else, however it was. It was a reference to aliens. The mother brain, which is a organic supercomputer. If you don't know the reference to that one, it's the mother computer to the first Alien movie. And then, of course, there's the obvious Ridley and Ridley Scott, the director of Alien and the upcoming Aliens Covenant. Here's an interesting thing I just thought of a couple days ago, and this is actually this pushed me to make this topic. The upcoming Aliens Covenant, which has an interesting coincidence. The black goo, which is like a mutagen, a fungi type of mutagen that infects and mutates the person. And if you look at Metroid Prime series, there's this stuff called Phazon. It was like a living gooey substance that's radioactive but mutates on contact or in close proximity. And the thing is really weird. Like it's alive, and yet it crystallizes, and it's fungi because it creates spores and mushrooms. So it's like a really weird thing. It's really close to the black goo, and I think that's kind of coincidence. That's pretty interesting and a huge coincidence. The series, them both always, inspired. I would say, like, Metro was inspired by Alien, but here we go. We got Alien, I wouldn't say inspired by Metroid, but it's just quite similar, So it could be just a coincidence, but I think it's actually fascinating. But you know what? It isn't just Alien that Metroid was inspired by. It's also, I think it's the book called Who Goes There, which also inspired Alien. They made a movie adaptation a couple times, and you guys should know it. It's called John Carpenter's The Thing. It's a creature that mimics its host, and nobody suspects who it is until it's too late. And it asexually reproduces. It's like a gooey substance, and yes, it's really horrifying. And Metroid Fusion is pretty much inspired by The Thing, where you land on this planet, you fight this creature, and you thought it was just an animal, but it wasn't what it was. It was a creature that gets in your system and infects you, and it'll start reproducing in your body and make a copy of you, you know? And next you know, there's a bunch of copies of you, and yeah, it's that's just like John Carpenter's The Thing, and then it was really creepy and horrifying, where there's a copy of you running around and, you know, trying to kill you. I'll probably make a topic about Metroid in the future, because like I'm really into Metroid, where I can talk about it in great detail, and I just want to make a comparison note. There's so many other comparisons I want to make, but I can't wait for Aliens Covenant, and I hope Ridley Scott makes more. If you're not a fan of Metroid and you're a big fan of Alien, you should totally play Metroid. And if you're a big Metroid fan and you've never seen Aliens, then you should definitely see Aliens. And if you're both, then I hope you get the references. You know, I hope you already spotted it way before I made this. I just never seen somebody make a video like this, and so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is Jesse12489, and thank you for watching.